I ain't just a loner or a stoner, I do need my friends, I need that kind of human contact, we're not meant to be alone all the time, that it's no lie. People shouldn't be locked up in solitary confinement. Yeah, I done a lot of time like that. Well, not a lot, but I've done a few months. First time, that was my own fault, you see, because I took 10 bars, 10 Xanax bars, that's 20 milligrams of alprazolam and shit before I went to court because I knew I was going in for 90 days, yeah, and I didn't want to have to go in the holding cell booking, in Wilco. That shit is nasty for sure. It's really cold, and they don't give you no blankets, and they put too many people in there. You're sitting on the floor, toilet's right there, and they don't bring you no blankets till like after midnight. Then they pick them up about 3 a.m. So I took them 10 bars, 20 milligrams of Xanax. Yeah, before I went to court. Yeah, I made it through the whole freaking hearing and everything. And my letters, my last name starts with a T, you see. So, I had to make it to the end, you see. Yeah, freaking crazy, right? Freaking crazy, right? Yeah, how I do it. Yeah, I made it through the whole court thing, but by the time they put me in the cuffs, you see, to walk me through that underground tunnel to the jail, yeah, they were just dragging me. Yeah, toes is like this, freaking dragging on the ground. They had me under the armpits, taking me through that tunnel. Yeah, couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. Yeah, they collapsed my vein on my left arm, just trying to draw blood, but they were letting the new guy practice on me. Yeah. I woke up and said, you mind if they were going to start hacking on my other arm now. I was like, you mind if I get some experience on that, or go ahead and let me try? My freaking, my left one, 17 tries, couldn't draw blood on my freaking arm. Yeah, I got the loner stoner in my ear, Yeah, let's see, I'm listening to the 1% Bloodline country music. I never even heard this one. Patches ain't badges, they're just badges, yeah. Bunchy pussy mall cops. Yeah, I got no problem with the vag. So, yeah, a legit veg. You see, yeah, I'm a pussy eating fiend. Yeah, I munch it down. Yeah, I get it to come before I even pull my dick out. Yeah, that's how I roll. Ladies first all the time. Dessert first. Yeah, learned that from my Uncle Jim at Granny's fucking funeral in Fredericksburg, Texas. He said, always have dessert first. I said, alright, so I've been doing it like that since I was like 18 years old, maybe 19, yeah. Yeah, well, 1%, yeah, I'm a 1% writer, yeah, I don't got no tat like that, but I probably will get one on, probably, I don't know, maybe, because I can't sign on as a prospect. I'm too old for that shit. Plus, I don't share my woman if I have one at all. But I don't share not with no dudes. Yep, I'm a strange cat from Lago Vista, Texas. Yeah, strange cat like a tomcat. Got a little bit of flow, little bit of flow. Yeah, I don't write my lyrics down. I just spit them out while I'm listening to other ones. Yeah, I got a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and sometimes I coach. Spitting the cooler. Yeah, I be screwed and chopped on my own. You know that's how it's gotta go. Yeah. I Yeah, what about a patch? A patch ain't shit. Yeah, don't make nothing. Yeah, I only got one tattoo. I've had it since I was 16 and my tongue is still pierced. Yeah, it don't ever close up, but I'll tell you the truth that I eat it a whole lot better when I got the freaking barbell out. Cause you see, it's a barbell for working it out whenever you're not going down. Oh yeah, we always apologize, ask permission, or apologize, but not for being ourselves. Yeah, curse like a sailor, but I teach my kids to be smarter than me. You see, because I'm just a big dumb ass picked up a bad habit in the oil field. Yeah, it wasn't that bad when I was younger. But I had other problems back then. You see, I was hooked on them freaking hydrocodones, you know, them 10 milligram Norcos, yeah. Was it? We got Solitude and Sativa, Tennessee Reaper. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. I'm gonna do my own track. Here we go. I've never even heard this one in the background, so it's gonna be a really interesting. Y'all throw me some likes and some reposts if you like my flow. Y'all don't write this shit down. That is for sure. I'm telling y'all, I got a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of yak. That's what we called Coke back in the day, was that yak, but we did drink a little bit of Hypnotic Hennessy. Yeah, you know the Hulk, yeah, but that shit was expensive for sure. I stopped going down to 6th Street when I was 23 because I went down there and I dropped 3 racks and still wasn't done drinking. You know that we was freaking crazy like that. Yeah. First time I left the country to go smuggle some weed was back when I was 17. Smuggled a body bag full of some weed on the engine block. Yeah, you know. And then we started getting them bales dropped from above. Yeah, they were dropping them from hell, way high. You know, we had to track them. Yeah, you know, that was kind of fun to see. You had to have a little GPS, yeah, a little beacon. You was just following a dot on a little radar screen, trying to find a whole hail bale of that Mexican weed. Yeah, you know that good sticky bricky seed. Yeah, you think I'm playing? You saw my bedroom from 2020 or 2001. That was me at age 16. Yeah, Wednesday. Yeah, right before Memorial Day weekend. Yeah, I graduated when I was 16 years old from Texas Tech High School. That's pretty freaking miraculous. You see, it would have been age 15, but they came to the alternative school and said I wasn't doing enough work, you see, but I was 2 grades ahead. So I said, just because you said that shit, no, I'm not gonna do nothing for the rest of the school year. It was like only October, so the rest of the school year from October all the way to mid-May when we got released for the summer. I didn't do no more schoolwork that year on freaking principals because they said I wasn't doing enough when I was 2 years ahead. I started freshman year, you see, with it already completed from getting sent to AEP when I was in the 8th grade, you see, for 2 joints of weed at school. They labeled me a drug dealer, so I jumped right in, started slanging that bud right from the beginning. You see, I'm doing it, yeah, I am stuck in the rhythm, but I'm kinda doing these tracks for my homegirl Ashley. She posted that playlist up and I hit it for sure, and that's what's playing. We got new Jam Wayne 501, bro. I like that one. I like that 501, Bryce. You see, reminds me of A youngster that grew up out here, you know, he kind of looks like Noah. You know, you see from the ark, you know that one that been some sun. Yeah, I think I might have met you back in the day with your bro right there off of Cherry Lane. You were you there, Miss Ashley? Were you there that day? Did I meet you in that double? Why do you know you turn right there by where Amanda and Ashley lived, and you turned right there before you got to North Shore. Yeah, you busted over right and busted to the left like you were going to little Dylan's house, but you were right there on that corner. I think I met you there that day, just one time, but then I don't think we crossed paths again. You see, till West Texas. You know that was in '03 though. Yeah. Oh my bad, '04. It was like winter of end of '03, beginning of '04. Yeah, I was moving all that dank weed and that fucking coke for sure. Yeah, it was the best coke on the scene back then. I'm not trying to glorify the drugs you see, but it was so much better than what they had up there. We was selling 8 balls, 2.2 grams, and they were happy with them. Because when you threw it in that water with some soda, it came back with more oil than what they were getting with their 5 gram bag of theirs. You know, I was selling that dank bud. I was selling quarter bags, 5 grams or 140 right there. And they had never seen bud like that. You could take a bud you see and stick it to the wall, and it would be there the next damn week. That's how you know it is that real sticky icky. It's that OG Big Bud crossed with Bubba Kush, OG Big Bud. Bubba Kush, you know, but I just called it that skunkberry. But one of my favorites for sure is the Girl Scout cookies. Yeah, you know the real ones though. The real ones you don't get no strain drain. You can smoke that shit for 6 months straight. Um, same amount gonna get you just as high every day you see because you got that real Girl Scout cookies. It comes in those little nugs. You know the platinum. Oh, I'm tired, y'all.